I am proud to create him Prince of Wales. With Catherine beside him, our new Prince and Princess of Wales will, I know.
The royal world is ablaze with a stunning decree from Ailing King Charles, proclaiming Kate Middleton ready to ascend as Queen. This breathtaking announcement has sent shockwaves through the monarchy, igniting fervor and speculation. With Charles's health faltering, Kate's rise signals a seismic power shift. But what exactly sparked this historic move? How will it reshape the crown? Let's dive into the electrifying drama and reveal the moment that's redefining the monarchy's future. A crown at a crossroads. The British monarchy, a centuries-old institution built on tradition and continuity, now faces a challenge unlike any it has encountered in recent memory. For generations, the throne has depended on stability, endurance, and the careful passing of power from one generation to the next. Yet today, King Charles, long prepared, long groomed for the immense responsibility of leadership, is confronting a test that no amount of royal training could have fully prepared him for. It is not scandal, political maneuvering, or even public opinion that has put pressure on the monarch. Rather, it is his own health. Reports of hospital visits, moments of visible weakness at official engagements, and hushed discussions behind the closed doors of Buckingham Palace have created an undeniable reality. The king's time at the helm may be far shorter than many expected. For an institution that thrives on longevity and predictability, this is a precarious moment. Tradition dictates that kings remain steadfast until the end, that they endure through sickness, challenge, and the relentless gaze of the public. Yet Charles, a man known throughout his life for his forward-thinking ideas and commitment to modernizing the monarchy, appears unwilling to leave the crown's future to mere chance. The whispers echoing through the quiet corridors of Buckingham Palace suggest a monarch who has confronted a sobering truth. His reign, however carefully planned, may be truncated by forces beyond his control. In facing this private crisis, King Charles made a move few expected. His decree was not about Prince William, the heir, but about Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales. At first, it seemed puzzling. Why focus on a consort rather than the successor himself? Yet beneath the surface lies a deeper truth, a bond of trust, vision, and shared purpose linking Charles and Kate, shaping the monarchy's future. Palace insiders describe a relationship grounded in mutual respect and an unspoken recognition of the monarchy's evolving needs. Kate is no mere decorative presence. She is a force of poise, intelligence, and adaptability. Someone capable of bridging the gap between centuries-old tradition and the expectations of a modern public. It is this combination of competence, empathy, and unwavering loyalty that has inspired Charles to act.
And for things like that, sovereign risks, which so many companies and investors find difficult to deal with.
The royal decree, carefully issued behind closed doors, signals a vote of confidence in her ability not just to support the throne, but to help shape its future. Why now? Because time is no longer an abstract consideration. Every public appearance, every ceremonial duty, and every diplomatic engagement carries weight, and Charles knows the crown cannot afford to leave its next era unprepared. He sees, perhaps more clearly than anyone, that the monarchy's survival depends on steady hands, visionary guidance, and individuals who can command both respect and affection simultaneously. In Kate, he has found a partner who embodies all these qualities. A queen-in-waiting not only in title but in essence, capable of sustaining the institution for decades to come. This remarkable decision, made quietly yet with profound intent, reflects both urgency and foresight. It is a rare glimpse behind the palace walls, revealing a monarch who, even in vulnerability, is determined to secure the legacy of the crown. In the shadows of history, amidst whispers of fragility and the inevitability of change, King Charles has chosen wisely, and in doing so, has cast Kate Middleton into a role that could redefine the future of the British monarchy itself. With King Charles placing the future of the monarchy firmly in her hands, Kate Middleton steps into a role of unparalleled influence. But is she truly ready to bear such immense responsibility? What shaped her journey to this defining moment, and does she have the strength to shoulder the crown's weight? Let's find out. Kate Middleton's relentless rise. For years, Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales, has been quietly shaping her path toward the throne with a no-nonsense approach that has caught the attention of both royal watchers and the public. Far from being just a supportive wife to Prince William, the heir to the throne, Kate has carved out her own place as a force within the House of Windsor, one whose influence now stretches further than many once believed possible. Known as Britain's most dependable royal, Kate has built her reputation on discipline, patience, and an unshakable sense of duty. Royal expert Hilary Fordwich explained that much of her success comes down to the strict routine she follows. Every detail of her day is carefully structured, from her parenting responsibilities to her role as William's partner in preparing for kingship, and her endless royal engagements. And despite this demanding schedule, she still finds time to maintain an intense fitness regime that keeps her physically and mentally sharp. But Kate's impact isn't confined to schedules and ceremonies. It extends to how she raises her children. With Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, she has managed to blend royal traditions with a warm, modern parenting style that feels both relatable and inspiring. Instead of shielding them completely from the world, she balances the demands of royal life with experiences rooted in everyday family values. Experts argue this approach not only prepares them for their unique roles in the monarchy, but also helps the institution itself remain relevant in a fast-changing world. Simon Lewis, former communications chief at Buckingham Palace, noted that Kate is now seen as a player at the center of Team Windsor. This comment reflects how deeply she has embedded herself into the monarchy's strategy, no longer standing quietly in William's shadow, but instead stepping into her own spotlight as a leader within the royal fold. Royal author Valentine Lowe adds another layer to this picture, describing how Kate has developed an inner toughness behind palace doors. While she often presents herself publicly as warm, smiling, and approachable, insiders say she is far more formidable than she appears. One source even remarked, "She takes things seriously, and thank goodness for that." That seriousness, paired with her resilience, has allowed her to thrive in an environment that has tested so many others who married into the royal family. According to Lowe, her cheerful public image hides a core of determination. She is strong-minded, strong-willed, and unafraid to fight for what she believes is right, not in an aggressive way, but with quiet persistence and confidence. This balance of grace and grit has become her signature. Fordwich summed it up best. Kate's unique blend of self-discipline, emotional maturity, and resilience has not only made her the most beloved royal of her generation, but also positioned her as essential to the monarchy's long-term stability. She has earned her place not by demanding the crown, but by proving day by day that she is ready for it. Kate rises with quiet strength, elegance, and undeniable influence. But what drives her remarkable ascent, and how has her bond with King Charles shaped this journey? Now, let's unravel how Kate quietly earned the king's trust and positioned herself at the heart of the monarchy's future. From shy commoner to royal powerhouse. When Kate Middleton first entered the royal stage, the world saw her as the shy, graceful commoner, a young woman expected to step quietly into a supporting role beside her future husband, Prince William. Cameras captured her polite smiles, the flawless gowns, and the elegant gestures that marked every royal appearance. Yet beneath the polished exterior, Kate carried a quiet but unshakable resilience, a strength that few recognized at first, but one that would gradually redefine her place within the monarchy. From those early days, she refused to be just a decorative figure. Kate's approach to royal life was deliberate and thoughtful, blending the duties of a princess with a deep sense of purpose. She threw herself into causes that mattered, choosing to champion mental health, early childhood development, and the arts, not for publicity, but because she genuinely cared. While some royals became embroiled in headlines and scandals,
Okay, no, this one I think should be fine. I do get a bit emotional when I sang it in there because it's just like unbelievable venue.
Kate remained grounded, allowing her actions to speak louder than any tabloid story. Her commitment to substance over spectacle gradually earned her credibility and respect from both the public and palace insiders. The evolution of Kate's role was not just professional, it was personal. Within the walls of Buckingham Palace, she quietly forged a powerful connection with King Charles. Their relationship, first marked by courtesy and formality, deepened over the years into a partnership of trust and understanding. Insiders reveal that Charles increasingly came to rely on Kate, not just as a supportive daughter-in-law, but as a confidant, someone whose counsel he valued more than that of even some members of his own family. Their bond was expressed in subtle, unscripted ways: shared laughter during dinners, meaningful glances at formal banquets, and private conversations away from the public eye. These small but significant moments revealed a connection far stronger than the public could ever perceive, one that quietly influenced palace decisions and the shaping of royal duties. To King Charles, Kate became more than a trusted family member. She became a model of what modern Britain needed in its monarchy. She represented a delicate balance, approachable yet regal, empathetic yet strong, relatable yet inspirational. In her, Charles saw a figure who could embody continuity while embracing the changing expectations of the public. Her steady presence, calm composure, and consistent dedication suggested a royal who could lead with both heart and authority, qualities essential for the monarchy's relevance in the 21st century. Even as the world marveled at her poise and charm, few realized that Kate was quietly being prepared for something greater. Every public appearance, every charitable endeavor, and every careful choice she made contributed to a foundation of experience, credibility, and influence. King Charles, observing from within, recognized the potential for Kate to evolve beyond the role of supportive spouse into something truly extraordinary, a central figure capable of guiding the monarchy forward. What began as a young commoner stepping carefully into royal life gradually became a story of transformation. Kate Middleton was not merely adapting to her royal environment, she was quietly reshaping it. Through resilience, discretion, and a steady commitment to purpose, she became indispensable, both to the crown and to King Charles himself. And while the world watched her elegance and grace behind the palace doors, preparations for a far larger role were already quietly underway. From quiet resilience to the monarchy's unshakable anchor, Kate's ascent has stunned the world. But what turning point propelled her from royal support to a force shaping the crown's future? Now, let's uncover the hidden story of how Kate quietly and powerfully seized the monarchy's destiny. The banquet that changed everything. The shift in royal power didn't announce itself with trumpets or grand proclamations, nor did it happen under the glimmering chandeliers of a coronation. Instead, it unfolded quietly, yet unmistakably, at one of Buckingham Palace's most dazzling state banquets. Guests had gathered, world leaders and dignitaries in their finest attire, expecting an evening of tradition and ceremonial precision. But King Charles, whose health had recently taken a noticeable toll, was unable to dominate the event in his usual commanding fashion. A void lingered, one that could have left the monarchy exposed to awkwardness or even embarrassment. Into that delicate vacuum stepped Kate Middleton. From the moment she entered, the room seemed to shift. Her presence was magnetic, an energy both composed and commanding. Kate didn't merely follow the rigid protocols of royal etiquette. She reshaped them with an effortless elegance that made them feel natural rather than scripted. Ambassadors and heads of state, long accustomed to formal stiffness, found themselves unexpectedly charmed, disarmed by her warmth and authenticity. Observers whispered in hushed tones that it felt as though history itself was tilting subtly on its axis, bending to her quiet authority. When Kate took to the podium, delivering a speech that combined clarity, conviction, and heartfelt resonance, the transformation became undeniable. Each word she spoke carried weight and grace, signaling not just competence, but genuine leadership. She acknowledged the responsibilities of the crown, the legacy of the monarchy, and the needs of the people with a blend of confidence and empathy that left no doubt. She was more than prepared for the challenges ahead. Diplomats later admitted that listening to her felt like witnessing a turning point in real time. An unspoken declaration that the monarchy had found a new center of gravity. Meanwhile, King Charles observed everything from his seat. Witnesses later recounted that his eyes shimmered with more than pride. There was a deeper realization there, a recognition that Kate was not only a steadfast partner to William, the heir, but someone capable of anchoring the monarchy through times of uncertainty. The look in his eyes conveyed a silent acknowledgement. The future of the crown could rest in her hands. That night, according to palace insiders, a quiet but monumental decision was made. In the days that followed, Charles took a decisive step, issuing a private royal decree that subtly yet powerfully elevated Kate's influence behind the palace doors. This was far more than a ceremony or a nod to tradition. It was a strategy, a calculated, forward-looking move by a monarch who understood that leadership extends beyond titles and public appearances. With this decree, Kate was entrusted with a form of authority that allowed her to shape events, decisions, and priorities from within, positioning her as the monarchy's next great anchor. What made the moment so remarkable was not just the public display, but the private weight of it. Kate's rise was deliberate, measured, and almost invisible to casual observers. Yet in that glittering banquet, with the eyes of the world upon her, and the king quietly approving from the sidelines, the message could not have been clearer. This was more than support. This was a passing of confidence, a recognition of readiness. For King Charles, Kate Middleton is a queen in waiting, powerful and prepared to lead. But what does this mean for the palace's delicate balance of power, and for Camilla herself? Now let's delve into how Kate's quiet yet commanding rise is shaking the royal hierarchy and capturing the heart of a nation. Palace power plays. No shift in royal power ever comes quietly, and Kate Middleton's rise is proving exactly that. As the Princess of Wales' influence grew within the corridors of Buckingham Palace, so did the murmurings. Whispers darted from one hallway to the next, subtle yet charged with meaning. Invitations to high-profile events, once meticulously curated to honor long-established hierarchies, now bore her name first, signaling a subtle but undeniable shift in authority. Charity initiatives that had long been managed by others suddenly came under her stewardship, a move that insiders describe as both strategic and transformative. Behind the palace doors, staffers reportedly began asking not, "What would Camilla think?" but rather, "What would Kate want?" A small phrase that carried enormous weight. For some observers, it felt like a burst of fresh energy, a glimpse of the modern queen in the making. Her presence brought vitality, decisiveness, and a sense of purpose that seemed to ripple through the palace like a silent tide. Yet for others, the shift felt far more calculated, an almost imperceptible coup. Senior royals, many of whom had spent decades waiting in the wings, reportedly grew uneasy. Courtiers who had long been guardians of the monarchy's rigid hierarchy began to feel their influence quietly eroding. Even Queen Camilla, once a constant public presence, appeared to step back. Her speeches were fewer, her appearances shorter, and at certain engagements, observers noted her keeping her distance from Kate. The tension, however, was far from invisible. Insiders whispered of silent battles, subtle power plays, and carefully measured gestures. At one notable royal function, onlookers noticed Camilla and Kate deliberately avoiding each other throughout the evening. Was it a coincidence, or was it a signal of deeper, unspoken friction? In the palace, nothing ever truly happens by accident, and every glance, every pause, every carefully timed handshake carries meaning. Meanwhile, outside the palace walls, Kate's every move was scrutinized and celebrated by the public. Her appearances were dissected for nuance and tone, and the feedback was overwhelmingly positive. When she delivered commanding speeches, audiences noted her poise, clarity, and authority. Yet she balanced these displays of power with moments of grounded humanity. Photos of her crouched in the dirt with children at a Welsh community garden, laughing, participating, and showing genuine care, revealed a side of royalty rarely seen, authentic, approachable, and undeniably powerful. The effect was electric, While rival factions within the palace hesitated or grappled with their own insecurities, the public was already forming its verdict. The message came through loud and clear. Kate Middleton is not merely a supporting figure in the monarchy. She is a force, a presence capable of commanding respect and inspiring trust. To the people of Britain, and increasingly to the world, she already embodies the qualities of a queen. Strength, grace, and genuine relatability converge in a way that few royals have ever managed. In short, the palace is changing, and Kate is at the heart of it. The power dynamics are shifting, loyalties are being tested, and traditions are quietly being rewritten. Yet through it all, one truth shines through. While the old guard debates, hesitates, and watches from the sidelines, the public has already recognized the future queen. Kate ascends quietly, yet with undeniable force. But the question is, how will she navigate this delicate but destiny-defining role? Now, let's uncover the unstoppable transformation of Britain's future queen. The future crown. King Charles's private decree, though hidden away in the confidential corridors of Buckingham Palace, has already begun to ripple through the monarchy in subtle but unmistakable ways. Its details may remain a closely guarded secret, yet the effects are clear to anyone paying attention. Kate Middleton is no longer merely a supportive consort waiting in the wings for her husband's eventual ascension. Instead, she has emerged as a formidable force, quietly shaping the future of the British monarchy in her own right. In the past, royal duties often followed rigid scripts, appearances, ribbon cuttings, and ceremonial gestures. But Kate has redefined what influence can look like. She is steering initiatives, leading crucial conversations, and quietly guiding the next generation of Windsors. Her children, George, Charlotte, and Louis, are being raised not only as royals, but as leaders, absorbing lessons in poise, responsibility, and service. Kate blends tradition with a modern, relatable approach, showing that royalty can be both disciplined and deeply human. Through these daily acts, she is laying the foundation for a legacy that goes beyond the crown itself. Balancing motherhood with monumental public responsibilities, Kate moves with a grace and composure that captivates the public. Her presence is commanding yet approachable, her influence palpable without ever feeling forced. Whether she is delivering a heartfelt speech at a charitable event or crouching in the dirt alongside children at a community garden in Wales, she demonstrates an authenticity rare among public figures of her stature. It is this combination of power and genuine warmth that has turned admiration into awe. Internationally, her presence is no less significant. Political leaders and diplomats reportedly take note of her insights and perspective, some even referring to her as the monarch in waiting, though not waiting long. Her presence is no less significant. Political leaders and diplomats reportedly take note of her insights and perspective, some even referring to her as the monarch in waiting, though not waiting long. The phrase reflects a growing recognition that Kate is not simply supporting the monarchy from behind the scenes. She is quietly learning the intricate dance of statecraft, influence, and leadership that defines modern royalty. For King Charles, this strategic elevation of Kate is more than symbolic. It is a deliberate effort to secure his legacy. By empowering his daughter-in-law, he strengthens the monarchy's continuity and reinforces a partnership with Prince William that has always been both personal and deeply strategic. For the heir apparent, it ensures that his reign will be supported by a consort of exceptional vision and capability. And for the United Kingdom, this development offers a sense of stability during uncertain times, a reassurance that the monarchy is in capable hands even as the older generation slowly recedes from public life. Kate Middleton's evolution, from a young, newlywed bride into a poised, influential stateswoman, has been a quiet masterclass in patience, resilience, and strategic vision. She has never demanded the crown. She has earned her place through consistency, humility, and unwavering commitment to duty. And as King Charles begins to fade from the public eye, his most personal, daring act may turn out to be the one that ensures the monarchy's survival and continued relevance in the 21st century. The whispers that once accompanied her rise have grown into a roar. Across the globe, commentators, admirers, and royal watchers are no longer asking whether Kate Middleton will become queen. The question is no longer if, it is when. And, with every poised gesture, thoughtful decision, and quiet act of leadership, she draws ever closer to the throne, ready to step into history's most demanding and illustrious role. But what do you think about King Charles's decree that Kate should be queen? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.